get funky.
Alien 8 UK.
I'ma get crazy. I'ma get loose. I'ma get hazy, hazy, hazy. I'ma take a ride. 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 Take me to your leader, take me to your leader, take me to your leader. 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 Yeah, yeah. Take me to your leader. Take me to your leader. Alien, 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 alien,
Signal acquisition initiated. Cross-referencing anomaly archives. Pattern recognition complete. Aether 8 online.
There's an alien in my shed chewing corn, chewing corn, chewing corn. There's an alien in my shed chewing corn, chicken corn. Come on, everybody, let's do the hoedown. What did John see about life?
Just a little skit thing for the moderators, so because you say they don't get seen enough on the screen.
Right, it's
You've got to share the love.
Yeah, that makes them feel wanted.
Especially golden bell bottoms, Blazer.
Yeah.
So welcome back, John.
I thought it was AI. I thought it was AI there, you guys. You're real, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We are real.
We are, yeah.
We are.
Yeah. Don't know about anybody else.
Welcome back, John. It's a pleasure to have you on again.
Thank you very much. It's good to see you guys as well. Okay, yes. It really is.
And you have some very interesting cases for us today, haven't you?
Yeah, yes, and bits and pieces, and I would have bought the archives, but it would have meant 3 or 4 lorries, and then it would have taken us bloody months to go through it. So
we're getting there, show by show.
Yeah, one file at a time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, shall I start then?
Yes, go for it. I think we're going to 97, aren't we? Today we're traveling.
Well,
to 97.
I've got the book in front of me with a couple of cases, but I would like to mention first of all is that there's a letter there from Vice Admiral Nicholas Hill Norton. Of course, most people maybe remember that he was very much involved with when Tim Good bought his books out in the late 1990s. He was a supporter of Tim's books. And I wrote to him a couple of times, and it was as much as he could do to reply to me, because he said I demoted him from his rank. Well, I have no idea about that. but I did probably mention before on a previous show that I did contact his son, Nicholas, who, as I understood it, was still interested in that subject. Anyway, just to let you know that in December 2024, I got a reply from him. Dear Mr. Hansen, you wrote to me in 2017, and I have come across your letter while clearing out my unfinished business file. So it's took him 7 years to reply, which is, at least it was kind of him to do that. He said, I apologize. Yeah. Better late than never. He said, I apologize for not replying. I'm afraid both I and Simon have moved on from the haunted skies interests sparked by my father's dalliance with the unexplained phenomena. I don't doubt that there is much to talk about, but age is my problem and a very busy life, meaning that we have had to drop our interest. Well, that was nice of him to get in touch, but how can you drop your interest in a subject that, as any researcher who spends enough time on the subject realizes to his horror, just how prolific the subject is, just how many millions of sightings have taken place, for which many of them there is no answer, you know. Yes. So that's how those go. But how are you two going? All right?
Oh yes,
yeah.
Busy.
Oh, I actually had an encounter the other night. Forgot to tell you.
Yes, you started to tell us last week, and then you kind of cut it off.
This is, I know I've had two.
Oh,
please tell me, because okay.
So the first one, I was driving from Cambridge going out to Kings Lynn on the
A14.
No, A17.
A17, yeah.
It drops to a single. It's a dual carriageway, then it drops to a single one, and you go past two BP garages, and there's an American diner, and you carry on. Then you come up and it splits them, so you can turn right to Chatteris and March, you can turn left to Suffolk, Kingsland in that way. So as I'm in between where the BPs are and the top of the roundabout, Guyhirn, Guyhirn, it's called. Right. I noticed this black thing in the sky just out my driver's window, side window. I'm like, oh, thought it might be a bird. There's not much in front of me, so I kept looking over, and it's just there, stationary.
Right.
So a couple of weeks before that, I'd seen a lad, and he had a controller for a drone, but I couldn't see the drone.
Yeah.
It was the same controller as the one that I used to have. That's how I recognised it straight away. But this, there's nobody about. It's flat, you know, like it's a fence, so you can see for miles and miles. Yeah. And there's no one, couldn't see anyone unless they was sat in a vehicle, but I don't think they would. And it was just there. And it probably took me about 2 minutes to travel up this road.
Yeah.
So, and then as I got to the top, I was turning left to go towards Chatteris March and up that way. Yeah. So I thought, I'll be able to see it. Got there, nothing. And there's temporary traffic lights on that road. I was stuck in it for about 10 minutes. Yeah. And didn't see anyone, and then that thing just went. It was there, then it wasn't there, and I watched it all the way up. Wasn't massive. It was like, you see a bird in the distance, like a crow, probably 500 yards away, somewhere.
Yeah.
And you can see it's like it had that shape, but there's no lights on it. It was just solid, and it was like a really dark charcoaly black, like the colour of this case.
Yeah.
Without the shine on it, and it wasn't moving. It wasn't going up and down. It wasn't moving left. It might move a little bit, but it was just there.
Yeah.
And I kept. Do you know when you can do eye tracking? I call it eye tracking. So you keep your eyes at the same level, because I'm sat in the van, so I'm sitting at the same level, so I know where to look on the window, and it was the same point all the way down. And then it just nothing.
Well, is that any? It's no. I've got a name coming into my head, and it's God Manchester. It's probably Mars One. because I interviewed a lady. I didn't interview her originally. It was Ron West of the East Anglia UFO Paranormal Society. He introduced me to this lady called Pauline. I think that was 1977. I mean, she was out attending to her horse, and this triangular thing came over, and it was stinking, and it moved over, and it frightened her, and it left her with quite a few problems, physical and psychological problems. In fact, she had to switch schools because it was the newspapers discussed it, and unfortunately named her. But a very brave lady, and that was a frightening experience. But God Manchester, as I say, it's only a small place off the A14, but a fascinating.
It's just down the road from me. But that isn't a million miles away from when I seen that the second hot air balloon.
Right. Well,
the third one.
I'll get you the file out and send you a copy.
But
along that stretch of road, go on. Yeah, we always get excited when we talk about UFOs.
I know.
After 30
I was
years,
going to say, God Manchester is like. I'd probably Bridgewater's bigger, put it that way. In Somerset, it's a tiny village. It's got a couple of shops, a pub, post office, but then where you was talking about, as you come off the 14, there's like a spur that goes round.
That's right.
And then you've got like the marshlands and all that, and there's a lot of areas for a lot of greenery. So you've got a lot of like stables for horses, donkeys, cattle and all that. Then you go into the town, but as soon as you're about 200-300 yards into the town, you're then coming back out the other side. As soon as you get in, you back out. Yeah, so that's how small it is. So, but, the one. Sorry, go on, John.
No, go on. The only reason we. No. The great thing about this is that we've both got so much interest in a subject which we absolutely love. Come on, at the end of the day, good or bad, it is mainly because because it's one of the, as Gordon Creighton said to me, FSR guy many years ago, whether you're a skeptic or you're a believer, it is still the greatest phenomenon of modern day times, and it still is. You know. But yeah.
So the one was Friday night. So we finished the stream on Friday.
Yeah.
It was only me and yourself that was in it. Everyone else had just fallen in sick.
Yeah. They abandoned us.
So literally, as I finish and turn the computer off, Bruno, the dog, he sits outside the door. He knows as soon as I open the door, start walking downstairs and put my shoes on, we're going out. I can't say the word because he'll be sat there now. So
begins with a W, put it that way.
Yeah. So took him out, clear sky. So and you could see thousands of stars, more than you could see the Big Dipper, you could see the Ryan's Belt, you could see all the different constellations. And I just stopped and looked up, and Becky's like, "What are you looking at?" And have a guess. And then just seeing two lights, right? Both moving quite fast. So one was coming that way, one was going that way. They weren't planes. They didn't have the red, green, and white flash. No aviation lights. It's just a solid light. So it could be the reflection of something hitting it. So one was as I'm stopped. So where I live is there, and we come round, crossed over the road, and stopped to the road and looked up because there's no trees there. It's the most open part of where I live. So I'm looking up. So you see one like coming from over our house that way. Then there's another one coming that way, both at angles to each other, not vertical and horizontal, both coming in at different things. And they're getting that close, and I'm thinking they're going to hit. And then this one does this funny jig, and that one kind of swerves around and goes up, shoots. Basically, they both put the foot down and gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I couldn't have took a photo because it won't have picked it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get an impression that a lot of people report seeing two of these triangular objects together, almost as if they're reflecting one another. That's the only word I can say, rather than
so like mirroring.
Sorry?
Like mirroring.
Like a mirror image,
yeah.
I mean, in front of me, funny enough, I've got the Gazette, Friday, January 10th, 1997. It's something out there. 3 separate groups of people claim to have spotted a UFO on New Year's Day. The couple coming back from Clacton to Colchester saw a large triangular-shaped object in the sky with 3 red lights and a white one. And then we've got Ron West, who I met many, many years ago. I praise him for the amount of files that I've got from him in the archives, but he said that it was moving slowly and erratically like a kite. Then 8 people in a minibus saying that saw the same object. I've got another sighting as well. I always say that if when I first started this as a retired police officer, if I'd have read that, I'd have thought, yeah, well, it must have been a kite. Oh, yeah, it must be a rational, logical explanation. But when you look at thousands of people have seen, and also some guys like Omar Fowler, who was a PRA, Phenomena Research Association in Derbyshire, he worked with a guy called Victor Keane, and they investigated thousands of these reports. And in the daylight as well. You can't be mistaken if it's in the daylight. So again, I can't offer an explanation, but it's fascinating, these triangular things.
Yeah, Nicola saw one. I mean, she was reviewing my Wiltshire footage from 2012, 2013. And on Hackben Hill, when all the lights are beaming up straight into the sky and we're seeing all these like balls of light flying in and out of the trees, we don't notice it. I've watched that footage so many times, but I haven't noticed it. But there's a triangular craft, and it's 3 separate orbs of light coming in, and then they form this triangular craft.
That's right. Yeah.
We didn't see it, and I didn't see it on the playback of the footage because I'm watching this giant beam of light. That's what I'm focused on. But it took someone else viewing that footage that didn't not know what they were looking for to spot this stuff.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, it's amazing what you miss in your own encounters that other people pick up on.
Well, of course, Wiltshire was thick with it, and
still is.
Well, during the 90s, there was a heck of a lot of this stuff that was seen. I mean, again, I've got something from Essex UFO Research Group, June, July 97. We've had numerous reports of flying triangles, hovering and slow moving around Bradwell Nuclear Power Station. These reports are sent in by witnesses living at Bradwell, on Tiptree, Tolsbury, Goldhanger, Clacton and Brittlingsea. They've all reported a triangular black with either 3 red or 3 amber or 3 white lights hovering from 10 minutes to 40 minutes. And the list goes on. And in a way, it's quite, it's illuminating. It's probably the wrong word. But it's likely to realise just how many of these things were in our skies back in those days. And who knows if they aren't still in our skies, but we can't see them.
Yeah, that's true. Is John frozen for you, Andy?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You're frozen, but we can still hear you, so it's all good.
Can you?
You're looking very pensive on screen.
Any good?
It's all good.
Okay, now.
Have you got any other browsers open on your thing, or is it just this?
No, not at all. No, not at all. No. I mean,
we'll put it down to Men in Black on that one. Yeah, it happens.
Well, I've got to tell you the story. My son will actually cringe, but when I'd been out for the afternoon last Wednesday, and I locked my apartment up, and the Tuesday night was particularly strong winds. I don't know what it was like over there last week. Well, I found that they're both there's 2 doors. One locks, the other one fits in on the other side. Split doors. I found both those doors kicked in and I had locked them because the lock was showing. And people say it must have been the wind. There's nothing missing. I don't know. That's odd, and it takes a hell of a wind to force a door in that's locked.
Yes, it does.
So I don't know. There's none of the files missing either. So it's just one of these things.
Again, the Men in Black are just doing their yearly, inspection, making
audit.
sure they're doing the audit. What's he got? What's he got?
Well, that's right. The Men in Black, of course. There's so many reports of them. I think I sent you that photo of it's like a blob of light over in Manchester.
Oh yes, I've got that one. I shall put that on.
That's Bolton. Sorry.
What's that?
You said there's a blob of light over Manchester.
Yeah,
I said that's Bolton.
Oh right, that is it?
No.
Anyway.
No.
I'm messing. I'm being horrible to people from Bolton because.
Okay.
I was going to say Vernon Kay is going to come and get you, Andy. Let alone the Men in Black.
Oh, he's all right.
Well, yes, but behind that particular photograph, it was a guy called Adam. I want his real name. It's sorry, not real name. His full name's in the book, but which in the police book, volume 1. But Adam, he was a serving police officer, and he was then living half a mile away from Lancashire County Cricket Club. He was talking to his father, Ray, a retired officer, when they noticed a curious number of lights forming in the sky towards the direction of Manchester Airport. And Adam managed to take a number of photographs of the lights. And anyway, he when I spoke to him, he was a retired police inspector, and he told me that over the years I've given evidence in many trials ranging from theft to murder, and always based my recollections on what I know to be true and what I saw. Although I had to live with being nicknamed Alien by other officers for some years, I can only tell you what I saw and photographed. Now, a quarter of a century later, I can't offer any explanation for what it was that I saw, but it was indelibly burned into my mind. And going on from that, I've got one from Old Trafford. This was in 1996. The coppers that I spoke to, ex-police officers, anyway, they saw a triangular object with a girder structure showing several lights above the Lancashire County Cricket Club. And then the following day, the wife of one of the officers received a visit by two men, said they were from the Ministry of Defence. And the two men, smartly dressed in dark suits, showed identification badges, identifying themselves as Mr. Smith and Mr. Green, and came into the house. They advised the officer he should have reported the sighting to his sergeant and should not have involved local researchers. They told them the object was a top secret aircraft, and that if he didn't cooperate and shut up, he would lose his job. Now, that's so many reports like that I've come across.
When's our knock at the door coming, Andy?
I'm all right, but thanks.
Well, that's right. Well, yeah, I think it's not going to happen anyway, because I think we've moved on. Hopefully, moved on from there. But before I just mention something else to you. This is an interesting magazine. One of thousands we've got. That's Stanton Friedman. Can you see that, Stanton Friedman? In his younger days, well, that was 1978.
Yeah,
Blast from the Past, and fascinating photographs in there. One of even, I don't know if you can see it. That's trying. The guy to the left, that's Kenneth Arnold. Yeah, and of course he was they were celebrating the 30th anniversary of his famous sighting of 9 flying saucers over the Cascade Range in Washington. And it just says here, on Saturday night, a gala evening of fine food and entertainment was arranged. Ray Palmer talked about the early days of the UFO era, while others such as Jacques Vallée, Ted Phillips, Stanton Friedman, Jerome Clark, Brad Steiger spoke on other topics of great interest. And so many people have committed themselves really towards I always say it's raising a flag, but it's trying to show other people that there is life out there, absolutely, and it exists alongside us.
Yes.
Because otherwise, if it wasn't, we wouldn't be here, would we?
No. I know one case that we are going to get into tonight is the Belmarsh case and the UFO over Trafalgar Square. So definitely looking forward to getting our teeth into that one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Belmarsh, Kent, isn't it?
The Belmarsh case, that was it. Yeah. My dyslexia, you gotta love it.
Well, this was I explain. I mean, I've got the book here now, but anyway, it happened in the early hours of. Let me just check here, because I can't remember everything. Yeah, it was the 8th of March, 1997, and reporter Sarah Hall was driving home, and she was a journalist with the Folkestone Herald, and she saw a large triangular object hovering about 300 yards away. She said it was huge and triangular, a lot bigger than an aeroplane, but there's no way I could have mistaken it for an aeroplane or anything like that. It had lights around the outside, and this disc attached to the back and a big light on the front. As I stopped the car, the object literally shot off. I thought, oh God, this is really scary. It stopped again about 500 yards away from me, and it did that 4 times. It shot further and further away, but stopped 4 times, and then sort of moved on for 5 to 6 seconds, stopped and moved again, and so on. And there's a photo, she's done an image of what she saw. And then what happened then, 2 days...
Is that the one of the photos you sent me?
Sorry?
Is that what? Yes.
That's well, yeah. I'm trying to show what she saw. Can you see that image? I need a bigger screen. Yeah. I need a bigger screen here. But anyway, so she rang a guy called Chris Rolfe, who used to run a very successful, brilliant group in Kent UFO Mech, along with another guy. Anyway, so she wrote an article describing her experiences. However, she was somewhat surprised to discover the published version of her story contained a number of differences to her original article. Oh. These amendments included a change of location, giving the impression that the incident she had witnessed had in fact occurred several miles away from the actual location, which coincidentally was the home of senior politician Michael Howard. Oh. In fact, being new to the area, Sarah got the place names wrong. So, and then there was an article, the UFO that scared the stories, that was in a local paper. And it said, with the election only weeks away, the Tory publicity machine played the reports down. And apparently the press secretary to then Prime Minister John Major confirmed that the Conservative Central Office knew all about the UFO incident. Anyway, so on a memo dated the 23rd of July 1997, we learned of information supplied to them by a young man whose mother was a police officer and working in the Kent County Constabulary database. Now, she confirmed an incident which took place on the 7th of March between 8 and 10.6 p.m., and then a copy of the information log had been printed off by Chief Inspector. And they spoke to our two lads spoke to the female police officer, who was judged very genuine. She confirmed what her son had told them and asked for confidentiality. She said that she had read the original article in the UFO magazine and remember what had happened, which was the incident at Michael Howard's house. But before she could read the whole entry, another police officer came into the room, so she had to log off. But she did notice that someone had printed a copy of the report. And then do you remember West Yorkshire Police Sergeant Tony Dodd?
Yes.
People remember him from Grattington, Yorkshire. Well, he contacted them And it was also, that evening, it was also claimed that mutilated animals had been found in the Shepherdswell area near Dover by a Kent female police officer. Again, that lady did not want her name disclosed. So anyway, go back to Mermarsh. Chris, this is the guy who investigated it. He discovered that she was not the only witness to the craft hovering over the Kent countryside that night. 2 local firemen had seen it amidst a room of a fire appliance having been called out to Michael Howard's house. And then it was a matter Kent Fire Services will not comment. The reputed sighting by the 2 firemen was the first instance of mention of Michael Howard's home, apart from the original published article. Then further inquiries revealed another 8 witnesses who'd seen it, etc., 3 white lights forming a triangular pattern. And then there's a number of people that have seen it. The worst of it is that, I mentioned before, that following the investigations made by these people, by these guys, they were persecuted. They had a number of visits by bogus officials to their houses, and they were threatened. So we can't prove that, but there's no reason to not to believe that. But as I say, the last thing I want to do is just carry on rattling on and reading all this stuff from the book there. Covering all police officers' reports and police officers and reports of UFOs.
You can't deny that many witnesses to that one thing. I mean, the fact that they tried to move the location within the actual article itself so it'd be away from Michael Howard's house in itself is dodge. But the fact that, it was seen by 8 other people, at the same time, it cannot be just one person mistaken something in the air. And they were visited by, as you say, bogus officials and threatened. It just adds more credence to the story, doesn't it? It adds more credence to what they actually saw. And the fact that it was, the Home Secretary at the time, again, the intimidation tactics they had in the past. I'm glad we don't have that now since, the advent of the internet and people are putting their stuff online.
But that doesn't make any difference, though. If they're going to do something, sorry, I was just going to say, if they're going to do something, they're going to do it, and no one's going to know anything about it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, I'm sure, given the sensitive nature of the incident and where it was, look, nothing's changed, has it? It's like saying, well, if something was seen over Buckingham Palace tomorrow. Obviously, you talk about the social media, and there's so much stuff in the social media, but here we are entering a new realm of our existence. What the hell is genuine? What the hell is false? And that is the problem. And how do we don't know what to believe. I mean, we're being blitzed every day by things that are going to happen and don't happen, and we don't know. I mean, this is awful, really, and it doesn't help. It hasn't helped our cause, if you like, has it?
No, no. The AI and the fakery that's out there for clickbait and stuff like that it muddies the water massively. But now, if someone got crystal clear footage of a UFO, especially like with 4K cameras, and maybe you got a drone up there and you see something, people are automatically going to go, "Oh, it's AI," aren't they nowadays?
But with all due respect, before go on, sorry, Andy.
I was just going to say, with AI, it's not that easy to create something that looks that realistic. You can, but you can't do it in 5 minutes. It takes hours and hours to get it exactly how you want it. With AI, it looks like it's AI.
It does.
Even when it's real, you can tell.
Well, even when something's been CGI'd or something like that, there are artifacts within the footage itself which gives it away. There are
chroma and cut out, so you can change the background and everything and make it move, and even that looks
it doesn't look right
when it's moving.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. No. No. What were you going to say, John? Sorry.
Yeah,
no,
sorry.
I just no, that's fine. As I say, the last thing I want to do is I mean, there's so much stuff. I talked about Chris. He wrote to Kerry Philpott at the MOD, querying as to whether she'd received the letter and a report sent to the Home Secretary in respect to the UFO sighting. And he told her.
This one?
Sorry?
Oh, no, that was. No, I'm looking for. There we go.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So the problem is, at the end of the day, you are banging your head by trying to get officialdom to accept the existence of a phenomena which may or may not be anything to do with us or otherwise.
Yeah.
And that pattern of developments is shown so many times in all the books I've written, where I think one of Tony Dodd's friends, David Caton, the animal mutilations man.
Oh yeah, was that the Nuki Zoo mutilations or the ones on Dartmoor?
Well, there was that one, but there was another one that I think at the White Birk Depot. That was up in Yorkshire, a power station where, to cut a long story short, in 1994, the Norweb security guard on duty witnessed a UFO hovering over the high tension cables, and then small figures moving around next to the high voltage equipment inside the security fence of the substation. He took some film of it, and again, David Caton did an excellent investigation into it, and I won't bother reading it at ages, but he did a cracking job on it, and subsequently a member of his family was threatened because of him getting involved in it. So they've certainly got something to hide, but for me, they don't. I don't know whether, as you say, does it still happen now? I've not come across so many occasions where they've been intimidated by what the public call them as the Men in Black or MOD officials. I never come across any report involving an MOD.
Oh, we've lost you.
Gone. Your sound's gone.
Your sound's gone. It's funny how we've never come across a report of MOD these days, and we lose him. So,
I know.
So, what are your thoughts, Andy? While we're waiting for John's audio to
I don't know. Because I've spoke with 2 government officials that have both had large triangle craft above their head. One of them thinks he lost about 2 hours, maybe more, of time.
Wow.
Because of where he was to where he'd been, where he was and where he was going.
Yeah.
And the fact that I don't know, he might have gained because he got there quicker than what he would have got there if.
Yeah.
Because he was walking.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's it. We got you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. There you go. All good.
Yeah. All good.
Yeah. Is that good now? What happened there?
Yeah.
You were saying there wasn't any military interference anymore with silencing people, and you got silent. So.
No, you deliberately did
on that one.
You did that. No, I don't. Yeah, and it's funny yourself got a copy of the. Do you remember? You won't remember a guy called Robin Cole. I met Robin in Cheltenham many years ago. I'd love to know what happened to Robin. I think he went to Cornwall, like so many other researchers. They seem to disappear off the face of the earth. But he wrote GCH. I think we're going to cut us off again. GCHQ and the UFO cover-up. He did a report and explaining what happened, and that was the. You see it?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
I can't. The UFO. Yeah, that's it. Got you can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, fascinating guy. Yeah. So as I say, I won't go through that. But obviously there is a cover up, isn't there? But we don't know what the cover up about.
We're not getting all the info, are we? I mean, the Americans have just registered the domain alien.gov, but to release some info on extraterrestrials after what Obama said. Whether something comes of that, I very much doubt it. They're not gonna admit to high tea with the Greys, are they? Let's face it.
Well,
not yet.
Well, that's right. They're not, and people should get their heads around this. It isn't going to bloody well happen because people tried in Congress in 59, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, and so many presidents have promised that they will disclose the information. Now, disclosing information about what? And you tell me why recently there was so much excitement about the Congress releasing all these UFO files, and yet the next thing we've got is who, Mr. T, saying that most of them have been lost or mislaid or what's all that about?
400 apparently. 400 files
Sorry?
just gone. Poof. 400 files just gone.
Well, that's right. Files just disappear, and
I don't think they've gone. I think they just got moved from one room to another and gone, oh well, they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
Just
we're not going to look. We're not going to look in this cupboard. We're not going to look in this.
We're not going to look in the cupboard where the 400 missing files are, and probably more.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
So
it's obvious. It's never going to happen, unfortunately. No. And the sad part about it is that common sense dictates that within the last, 200, 300, 400, 500 years, that there has been landings by extraterrestrial who've had the misfortune, when you think about it, to come all that way, how many light years to get to us, and then bloody well crash into a field or something. And so that, as I say, common sense dictates that those vessels, those whatever they are, could still be there, and on occasion maybe Roswell did happen, but that's probably got nothing to do with UFOs, or has it? I don't know. I just don't know. But you can't ignore the weight of evidence.
No.
But but that's why it's important to keep the interest in the subject, because because that's our heritage, that's our history, that's our right, that's our democratic right to know. So I don't know, maybe they've got shares in petrol, perhaps the aliens.
Well, they won't be dropping it. They won't be dropping the prices.
They're on the free energy love. Where do you think Tesla got the idea for his technology from? Somewhere.
184 for diesel near me now.
I know. Well, we've started running out because
that's at Tesco as well.
Yeah, Tesco.
So Andy, you were just saying something about high-ranking officials and a triangle UFO.
Well, that's right.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, right, yes.
Me.
So there's a guy.
So there's a guy. These fireside chats are great. I think in the future, in 50 years' time, unfortunately, you guys might be here. I won't. But we've got a situation where you could put your arm through and give me a crumpet or something.
Oh, yeah.
Am I allowed to say that in this day and age? Or a drink,
So this guy, I'll just tell you quickly about this guy. So he worked at a local government building, as where I live, and he's seen the tattoos on my hand, so he just started talking about it, and he goes, I can tell you this, but you cannot tell anyone my name or where I work. So
really,
not saying a word. And he was saying he was walking home from Milton Keynes to Northampton. Going back a few years, he'd been out for a couple of days, him and his mate, and they're walking back, and it's a long walk. And he said everything just went silent. He goes, he looked up and he couldn't see. It's a clear night. He couldn't see any stars, but the sky was blacker than black. So when he did that, and he just felt like there was a presence of something there, even though he couldn't say anything, like straight away. He then said that he noticed there was a big. I'm just going to estimate of what he said: a 200-foot triangle craft directly above him, and then he had missing time. So I don't know if he got home 2 hours earlier than what he would have done, or 2 hours later.
Well,
it's a straight road. It's a bit up and down because it's cross country, but it's just you just keep walking straight till you get to Northampton. So,
but do you think it was a Roman road? Because one thing I did discover over the years that a lot of these sightings do take place across ancient energy lines and Roman roads.
Yeah.
Right. So the road is.
That's why Wiltshire's so active.
It is the A509. Oh, is it the A509? Just let me work out where I am. And then. Right. Yeah. So it is the A508, which isn't a million miles off the A5 down here towards Silverstone,
which is the Roman road,
which is the original. But then you've got A5 is Watling Street, but then you've got the new A5, which is a bypass, that links Toaster, to
takes me back
to Dunstable, so down towards Luton Airport. So, you've got all that there, and that isn't that a million miles away from where I seen that prehistoric bird.
Yes,
as well.
Right,
same area. So,
prehistoric bird.
It looked
pterosaur, wasn't it? It looked like a pterosaur.
It looked something like that. That is actually the housing. That's actually the housing estate of where I seen it. That's just the next street over.
Yeah.
But that's how big it was compared to the house, and that is how it looked when I was looking at it.
Yeah. That's very interesting indeed.
And that was it. That was in Milton Keynes, of all places.
And you had that UFO experience there as well, didn't you? Where it was hovering outside your house for a few days, and it was
2 days. I've had shadow people.
Yeah.
I've had full body apparitions. I've had growling outside the bedroom window. Object like there's a shirt hung up on a coat hanger. Used to sleep. The bedroom door was open, and on the other bedroom door, there's a little box room at the side. Used to. You have the areas like a little maiden to just hang clothes on. This jumper just came out like that, stopped for about 3-4 seconds, and then went back. There's banging, shadow people, everything was going on. It was just crazy. That house was like Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
Honestly, there was that much going on every single day.
That's fascinating, and I think I mentioned before. I hope at some stage I'll record that in the next proximity book, which covers all those sort of things. It's never ceases to interest me, the subject, because ultimately, when you talk to someone who's had an experience, they need to speak to someone that doesn't take the proverbial mick out of them.
Yeah.
And of course, unfortunately, over the years, we've lost so many, lost so many magazines. I mean, the Rapport magazine that was went on some years ago. I think Elsie Oakenson ran that, and then James Millen, who had his own experiences, he ran that. But and that was that was a great magazine because people could talk to other people, and that's why it's sometimes the social media is great, but those times were very busy, because we were busy back in slightly going off on the tangent, thinking about the bird you just showed me. I remember a United States guy that was over here on holiday back in the 60s, and he saw what you've identical to what you've just shown me.
Wow.
And that was, I think that was in the Buckinghamshire area, or I can't remember exactly where.
That's, well, Milton Keynes comes under Buckingham. But the thing is as well, through doing that and me talking about it on here, and the guy got in touch with me from the heard of Bletchley, you know, where the Enigma machine was.
Yeah.
So that's South Milton Keynes going out towards Luton and into Buckingham itself. So a guy, he contacted me. We'll call him Dan. I'm not sure if that was his name. He said it doesn't matter, but I just can't remember his name. Yeah. So he got in touch with me, and we was chatting through YouTube. So we exchanged emails, and then I eventually gave him a number, and he rang me one day, and he was saying, so there's a place called New Bradwell, which is over going out towards Newport Pagnell. So it's going south east of, southeast of Northampton. So you kind of heading out like towards Bedford way and down that way. And so it's only a couple of miles from where I was.
Yeah. And
he said they've been to Asda, other shops are available. Yeah. And they just pulled up in the car park. He said it was a beautiful summer's night and the sun was setting, cloudless sky, and they're just watching the sun drop behind, coming down to the horizon. He said he'd just seen this bird. I just thought it was a seagull or a crow or something. And then it turned, and as it turned, it was like 5 times the size of what it was. Now, when he was talking, when he was telling me, he was saying exactly. So this is his words now. These are not mine. So I'm talking as though I'm him. Yeah. He said, as you telling your story about what you've seen, I'm thinking, oh my, him and his missus both seen it. But, so as he's looking over at it, he's seen it flying south to north.
Yeah.
Parallel to the A5, Watling Street. I'm over the other side, watching mine fly north to south, and I'm about 200 yards from Watling Street. It's at the back of where I used to live. Now, mine was about 11, maybe just after 11 o'clock at night, because I'd been in the back garden with my telescope and I'd been stargazing.
Yeah.
His was about, I'd say about 9:30-ish, just as the sun's setting. So roughly the same time of year, but obviously we don't know if it was the same night. It was the same year and around the same time of year. So we could have seen it on the same day, but he'd seen his a couple of hours earlier than when I'd seen that. And he said it is pretty much exactly the same, but he'd had loads of like orb and they used to live on a farm. And he was saying there's a big orange orb that came over about the size of a Mini Cooper. And he was actually, he'd behind the curtain and waited till it got. He goes, I don't know how long I was there. I don't know if I had missing time or anything. It just was getting closer and closer. Then he heard a humming noise above the house. Yeah. So he had loads of different stuff going on. There's no reason for me to think he was lying, because he goes, I've waited, I think he said 32 years to tell these stories. I haven't said anything to anyone other than the people that were there at the time.
So this is what we do is so important. It allows people to actually, get some of their experiences off their chest, especially if it's haunted them for so long.
Right. Yeah. Did you mention about Bletchley? Did you?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I interviewed a guy. He was an ex. I used to Bletchley. Was it the communication centre?
The
Bletchley.
BT building.
Yeah, well, he used to work there many years ago, and he lived in a place. I'll never forget it, because I used to work at a place called Robin Hood Police Station. That was in Hall Green. That's on the outskirts. Place near Shirley, Solihull. Outside.
Yeah.
Just up the road. He. Now, God, it's coming through to me now. That just goes to show he contacted me, or somebody contacted me and said he got a sighting. And I went to see him, and he'd got a great big goldfish bowl with a fish he called Brownie. It's coming through to me now. But a fascinating guy, and he'd got awards from the king for what his involvement at Bletchley. But what happened one night? This saucer-shaped object came out from the nearby cemetery, Robin Hood Cemetery, and landed on the road. And cars were going around it. Incredibly, I found somebody living down the road who'd also seen it, and then it took off, and he just could not believe it had happened. You know, so things like that. It's just so many. But I never forgot the fish's name, Brownie. So I don't think Brownie's with us, nor the gentleman. But it is important to get it, as you say, to record this stuff because it's our history. You know,
it is. Yeah, it is.
That's it.
And it's like we were talking about with Jay last week, all the USOs and all the rest of it, and how that's increasing at the moment. So
Well, I've seen a plasma UFO dropping plasma balls, and I'm south of Milton Keynes again, coming off for what would be Bletchley. So you're coming off at London Road, and as I'm coming up to the slip road to come off, I was going back to work. There's just a plasma ball in the sky, and it's just dripping in rhythm, one after the other. These plasma balls falling. Now, this story gets weirder because I was working at the same place. I know because I used to start at either 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, and I had like half an hour sleep because I could never ever go to sleep early. So I used to live at a place called Salsey Forest in Northampton. I used to have to drive. Literally, it was like a 5-minute walk from the house. You have to drive through the forest to get to work. You could go other ways, but it'd take about 10-15 minutes longer. But you drive through the forest. So roughly where these plasma balls were dropping, I was driving to. This is how all this podcast started, but that's another story. But anyway, so I'm driving to work. It's about 2:30 in the morning. First, it was raining, but it's like driving through a waterfall. That's how heavy the rain was. So because it was that heavy, it was still clear. And as I got to this particular bend in the road, I was going to say, seeing these things, I didn't see anything because it was completely transparent. The branches and grass at the bottom of the tree was moving as though something was climbing up it. It wasn't like the Predator where you could see the heat signature in the outline. It was like, so if you did that up a tree, you would see the branches moving in that as you would be doing that.
Yeah.
And it looked like there's about 3 or 4 of them. So I just nicknamed them Invisible Monkeys. But thinking about it, could have been 4 smaller things or 1 big thing, 2 arms, 2 legs. Yeah. Because there was 4 going at the same time. So then the next day, I was going to work same time. It was clear, not been raining, clear sky. Yeah. Same day, exactly the same thing at the same point. Not necessarily the same tree, but the same part of the tree. And the trees are not that tall. The trees are only like 30 foot and they get really thin and narrow at the top. This happened for 3 out of, like, so I used to do 4 12-hour shifts. So this happened 3 mornings out of 5.
Bloody hell.
So it happened. So it happened on the Monday, Tuesday, nothing on the Wednesday, then Friday, then nothing on the Saturday, and then it was off then. So and that was roughly where, when I look back to where I was on the motorway and map it to where I see these plasma balls, it's within, I'd say, half a mile, if that. And that was back in it's just before 2015. It was just before I worked at the Rugby World Cup.
Right.
Just after. Just after.
I was just to say, back in 48, when all this started, when I say all of it started, when it was brought to our attention because of I mean, people saw this stuff. I've no doubt people have seen this stuff going back hundreds of years, but there'd be very few records. Not if you had an internet or you had social media then. But back, perhaps for me, the 48 period, there was a heck of a lot of things seen in the sky that looked like birds. Rather than, I mean, the word UFO wasn't in then as such, or flying saucers was, but looked like birds. And so, I don't know, is it all sort of a programming thing? Or people used to say that one of the reasons why UFOs have got involved back in the last century, the mid to the late part of the century, was because they were fearful of man's development with nuclear reactors and changing the weather of the world and God knows what. But I don't know, but I firmly believe that if they exist, and they obviously do, that they may well be as frightened as us as we are of them because of what we're doing to ourselves. You know, so
I don't have any fear of this phenomena, though. I must admit, it's with the experiences I've had have been a bit intense and stuff like that. But I've never been fearful and afraid of what's up there.
I think, to be fair, yes, it took me some years to realise that initially it was a frightening experience rather than a fearful one. But a frightening one, obviously, because it doesn't, things like this shouldn't happen, but they do. And a lot of people have then gone on to, I don't say support whatever the source of this was, but it just changed their lives. It changed my life, it changed Andy's life, it's changed your life. And it's changed so many others, but we are still, unfortunately, such a tiny minority of people in contrast to the billions that probably haven't had an experience. But it is something that's with you for the rest of your life. And like yourselves, I'm glad it happened to me, because there is more to life than
Coronation Street.
I don't even watch TV.
Emmerdale.
we've got a few questions before we go, haven't we, Andy?
Yes, we have. So the first one is from Eternus Transmagrifius 49.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
So it's put. So what's going to happen regarding aliens? Disclosure date has hit theatres, and I can tell soft disclosure is imminent amongst the sheeple. What do you think?
What's going to happen? Disclosure Day has hit theatres. Well, Disclosure Day, that's okay. What about Independence Day? What about all the films from yesteryear? About, I mean, the one involving Dr. Alan Hynek, who was an advisor. That is what these films do, though. They don't show the reality.
They just show it in public consciousness.
Well, that's right, because there is more to it. I mean, you know, the way that the press has been handling this for years, and films like this will get full exposure because that's the way it works. They get full exposure. But for argument's sake, I've been doing this for 30 years. I have the largest archive in the country. I don't get any exposure at all, apart from you guys. Nobody comes around to see me and says, let's judge for ourselves on what you've got here.
You've got too much truth, John. That's why you've got more disclosure than the Congress UAP Congress going.
It's serious research, you see, and it's about what people and it's all right saying, you know, that disclosure will happen, but are they going to disclose that over the past God knows how many centuries that whatever these intelligence are actually been helping themselves to us and doing what they want to with us, and that sounds pretty hostile to me. But who knows? But that is the reality of it. So I think disclosures in the cinema aren't going to. They may disclose a knowledge. I mean, you look at how many millions or billions of sightings of things have been reported, not only in this country, but in the States and all over the world. And really, that's not going to change, is it? It's not going to change at all. So, sorry.
I think we're the disclosure.
Yeah.
And we need to keep doing it.
Well, we are.
Nothing's going to go out.
You've hit it on the nail on the head there. We are the bloody disclosure. But we're not rich and powerful, are we?
No, definitely not.
We have time and an audience, so every little helps.
Yeah, well, that's Bob Lazar. That Bob Lazar.
Yeah,
Bob Lazar.
Yeah, that's the ultimate UFO seminar conference held at Little Alien in Rachel, Nevada. I've actually been there donkeys years ago. That's 1993.
Oh, to the little restaurant.
Yeah.
In New Rochelle.
That's right. And that's Belmont. That's Laura Mundo. I think she's passed many years ago, but that's yeah, Belmont. So
Belmont and the UFO over Trafalgar Square as well. We didn't
Are you sure you got Trafalgar Square?
I think you sent it to me. I think you sent me a list of stuff you were going to talk about.
See. I apologise to I can't say listeners. Well, they are listeners and as well as viewers and readers as well. But my problem is I have too much stuff. I have thousands upon thousands of sightings, and
you're overrun.
Well, I am, unfortunately, so I apologise, So maybe next time we can talk about the early 1940s or the 40 stuff, and that's the Journal of the Scientific Abductions, 1995.
We've still got 2 more questions for you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
First one is from... Yeah, no, you're all right. First one's from Stephen Culling, and he wants to know... John, does Gary Heseltine still investigate police sightings? As far as I know, he does.
As far as I know, he does.
You're correct. Yeah. Go on. He does. Yeah. I met Gary at Tony Buckingham's funeral, the Cambridgeshire UFO group, and it was great to meet up with him. And I praise Gary Heseltine because he drove 160 miles to attend the funeral. And as I say, I got nothing for praise for him. He's allowed me access to his stuff, and I've allowed him access to any of mine. Yes, he still does it, and he's somebody very recommended.
I interviewed him a couple of years ago. He is supposed to be coming back on. Somebody else is supposed to be arranging the interview for him to come on here. But I've not heard anything yet. So
I interviewed him back at the Cornwall UFO conference run by Dave Gillam a few years ago.
Dave Gillam.
He's still going. He's still going.
I know he is. That's, I can remember it. It was New Key, was it? No,
Truro. It was the
Truro. Yeah, Dave Gillam. Yeah, remember him well.
Yeah. But brilliant conference and brilliant talking to Gary.
Right.
Yeah, Gary's great, except it's his turn to buy a round. I've been telling him that for years. Gary has the time.
There's this one as well. There's this one as well,
Sorry?
John.
Yeah, last question.
Okay.
So we got this one from Tex 4316. John, there's an ancient circle mound in my village and a ley line runs this way. And I think this is a UFO highway. Now, if I remember rightly, Tex is in Ireland. I'm not sure whereabouts. So if you can let us know. Yeah. I'm sure he is. I'm not 100%. I might have got that completely wrong.
But yeah, I mean, anywhere with ancient places.
This is right. As I've explained to you before, one of my fascinations with places like Stonehenge and Silbury Hill, which I spent a lot of time on, and Avebury, is the fact that if only we could go back into time and fly a light aircraft over England, my God, what would we see?
Yeah.
Because, you know, can you imagine all these beautiful stones, these huge pillars set in symmetrical, you know, you've got the Barrows, you've got the places like Silbury Hill, and then you've got Marlborough College. They had a similar, they've still got one there like Silbury Hill. What would the countryside look like? And what was the organisation behind it? Who was orchestrating the building of what would be one of the most fantastic areas you could see? All we've got are the remnants now, aren't we?
They've just found a new one. I say a new one between Avebury and Stonehenge, which is bigger than bigger than Avebury. So it would be the biggest stone circle within Europe. I think it's something like 1,700 in circumference and stuff like that. But unfortunately the Barrow has been worn down by flooding because it's floodplain now, and they've just done geophys on the area, and they can see the post holes where the stones would have been, and this would have been a bigger circle than Avebury, and it was pretty much slap bang in the middle between Avebury and Stonehenge.
I mean, it's fascinating what you're telling me, because what was the how can I get the words right? What was the administration, or what was the power behind this? Because I've said it, if us three lived in those days, we'd have to do as we're told. We'd spend our families and their families would spend years constructing these things and putting them all together. Yeah. So you know, where did that come from? I have a gut feeling. I think I know where it did come from, but you know, another intelligence. Because well, they broadcast, don't they? The stones at Avebury, they send up a signal. They do broadcast. Oh, they do.
They scientifically measured that.
Yeah. Well, when I had them three encounters in Cambridge, when we was doing the research, it was nicknamed that was helping me. She found out that there are barrows in Cambridge.
Yes.
I had no idea till about 8 months ago.
Oh, they're everywhere. A lot of them have been ploughed out of existence, sadly, but
they're still there, and that's not a million miles away from where I had my encounters. So,
well, there you go. There's always a correlation.
It's like Wiltshire. It's like, first of all, I should be reasonably brief, but Rendlesham Forest, going off another tangent. For years, I racked my brains. Why are these incidents happening here when there's no ancient structures? Well, of course, there is, right in the middle of forest. There are ancient structures there. I mean, it fascinates me. It still excites me to this day. The structures, the UFOs, and
also the accompanying crop circles as well around the Wiltshire area.
Well, that's right. The crop circle. Oh God, there's so much that we can talk about. There really is.
Can you believe it's been 26 years since Milk Hill, and that went down overnight within 4 hours in peeing down rain, and there was a lawyer, a solicitor, camped outside in his car, and he didn't see anything. You would have thought there'd have been muddy footprints. You'd have thought there'd have been. There's no way they could have got down that Milk Hill crop circle within 4 hours, and no muddy footprints. And there was a lawyer on scene. He was the first person to discover it. He was there first thing in the morning because he kept camped overnight. Can you believe it's been 26 years and they still can't explain that one? As much as they try, it was not Doug and Dave with their balls.
No, well, that's right. But it's always paramount that when we go back into history, that we have the Doug and Daves, and we have so many others that have committed frauds and hoaxes. And that's what the newspapers love. Come on, let's be honest here. The newspapers love it. They go to town on it. but they won't go to town on the real stuff. Absolutely.
Oh, good Lord, no. Lucy Pringle.
Then,
I mean, you've got
are a lot of these
BLT,
people,
you've got Nancy Talbot, all the scientific research that's gone into it, the blown nodes, everything. Sorry, Andy.
But the thing is I was just going to say, but the thing with that, these people that are claiming that they've done it, are they actually then going out and proving that they're doing it and making one exactly the same?
No. They can make them. They can. I mean, you do have crop circle artists.
Well, there you go. So maybe they're just like, oh, let's say that we've done it just to get in the paper, just that 15 minutes of fame.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't believe anything and everything that I hear.
It's attention, isn't it? And it's egotistical stuff, and that's right. But
me and Martin saw one being made about on top of Silbury Hill back in 2013 when we were having Arthur Shuttlewood type communication. We were sat over the other side, so we were by the bus station looking, and there's a field, and then there was Silbury Hill. And we watched this for I mean, I've got it all recorded. It's on my old laptop, sadly. I need to get the hard drive out of that.
I should need that for the Warminster book, because that's what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah,
but we were having Arthur Shuttlewood type community. We were flashing, and this thing, whatever it was 20-30 feet above Silbury Hill, these lights, and they were flashing back at us. And then it was reported
CE5
that there was a grass. Oh God, CE5's like there's no tomorrow. There was a grass circle.
That's what it was. That is what you was doing.
There was a grass circle on top of Silbury Hill that was reported, and then some guy went, "Oh yeah, I did it," and then he got in trouble by English Heritage for defacing a monument. So that one backfired on him. But
are they? But this is the other thing. Are they told, right? You need to go out and say you've done it to stop everyone coming down visiting, and to take
UFO
to take the attention. But I mean, to take the attention away from that, because if he's like people saying this is happening, that's happening, all the investigators are going to go down to find out what's actually going on. But as soon as they say, "Oh no, I made it," it's like, "Oh, right, can't be ours then."
No, and that night we camped in the car park of Silbury Hill. And that's when he saw, I mean, we were talking to you about it on the UFO files when he came on. And that's when we saw that triangular craft, because I was looking out of the sunroof. I was like, Martin, is that a UFO? A triangle UFO? And he was like, no, it's just 3 stars, Abby. And then it started moving, and then it drifted over Silbury Hill. And that's when he squished me up against the passenger side of the car, trying to see it.
But not confusing me, but as you probably remember, I might have mentioned it last time, but the group, the music group Man Made Man were on Silbury Hill in, I think it was 1997, bizarrely. I've got it all here. And I interviewed them, but they saw this thing coming down, a triangular thing, and they saw a figure. And funny enough, I'm pretty sure I was there the night before, but because I spent a lot of time on Silbury Hill, as you could do in those days until they stopped people going up there. But you mentioned Arthur Shuttlewood, of course, because did you ever meet him?
No, I didn't meet him, but it was that style of communication. It was you did something, it did something back in response, sort of thing, and it was with light. So we were communicating with light, with whatever was hovering 20-30 feet above Silbury Hill, and that was the Saturday night in 2013, the beginning of August.
All right, that's fascinating. It never ceases to amaze me when people tell me.
I love it.
Well, we should be using you two in the next couple of books anyway. But the Warminster.
Definitely.
Well, if anybody went to Warminster all those years ago, or and as a sky watcher, and there were thousands up there, and I just wanted to get it right. So that's what I'm working on with Shirley, to get it right.
Yeah.
And but maybe do you want me to speak to Gary and see if I can get him to come on and buy a drink for everybody?
That'd be brilliant.
I said he was on. He'd been on a while ago, a couple of years, but someone else was supposed to be organising for him to come on.
Yeah.
So, but I've not heard anything yet. gone a little bit quiet on that side, so I'm not sure what's going
I
on.
will try.
But yeah, if you want to give him a shout, I have got his email and I'm friends with him, but I don't know if he'll have the same email address now.
I don't know.
I said it was a while ago.
Yeah, my contact friend's probably out of date now because I think I went, what was it, 2016, 17, I think was the last time I saw him in Cornwall. But speaking of this year, I think we need to get out and do some night watches at Rendlesham and Wiltshire this year. I think we need to get out.
Well,
do a bit of C5.
Well, if we can meet up in Rendlesham, what we need to do at Rendlesham is get into the middle of the forest about 1 o'clock in the morning and sit down and then wait for the stones to appear and other strange things that appear. And I've witnessed it myself. I've had them tested by a scientist. So where have they come from? I haven't got a bloody clue, but it's happened, and there's some amazing stuff still happening down there. So and also Wiltshire, magical places, aren't they?
Magical,
magical.
Get me on top of Hatben Hill, and things will start flying. Put it that way.
Right. Okay.
Right.
I think it's time I have a drink.
I think that's all we got time for tonight, isn't it, Andy? We've run out of.
It is, unfortunately, but the good news is
you've won the lottery
next Friday. Oh, I wouldn't be sat here. Well, I would. I'd still be sat here. I would. I'd be sat here all day, every day, 24/7.
I wouldn't get a day off. Put it that way.
Yeah. No, we are going bi-weekly with the UFO files.
Right.
So not next week. From April the 13th, we are going every Monday and Friday, 8:30 UK time.
Yeah.
So our guest next Monday. No. So, right, let me work this out. Our guest on Friday, we've got Ronnie LeBlanc coming on, talking about his book, Interdimensional.
Right.
Then, next Monday, we've got Jay Austin coming on, USOs Part 2.
Yeah.
Then the following Monday is when we start going twice a week. So on Monday the 13th, we've got Steve Meara coming on.
Oh, yes, good old Steve. Nice guy.
Yeah. I was chatting to him the other day. He's not been on for a while. And then on Friday the 17th, we have Kevin Day coming on. Ooh, the guy who, the original Tic Tac from the US Navy.
Oh, fantastic.
So, he's going to come on and he's going to talk about
Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs and everything else. And
not the
everything. No,
not the
unfortunately.
Yeah.
So but from then on, we're going twice a week. And then on July the 18th, we are doing a 24-hour UFO files starting at 10 a.m. Saturday morning, going all the way through to 10 a.m. on the Sunday morning. And it's just UFOs, ETs, orbs. We might dip in like Bigfoot and that kind, anything related to directly related to UFO sightings. And that is it. We're not doing anything else. Just pure that.
Before we go, do you want to introduce John to your little friend in the jar?
Oh, so he's had a clean.
He's now in alcohol. He's pickled.
What's that then?
He's very pickled.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, I haven't brought him with me. I'm sorry. No, that's lovely. Just for your information, Steve Meara, of course, I've met Steve quite a few times, smashing bloke.
Yeah.
He was at the 50th Warminster Conference. That was 2016. Peter Paget was there. Malcolm Robinson was there. Kevin Goodman was there. Sadly, Kevin died some years ago. Great blokes. And it was a really good do. And all the money there went to charity.
Yeah.
So, I remember Steve Meara from that. And, of course, Steve Meara, not Edgar Mitchell, sorry, Eric von Daniken.
Yeah.
I met Eric. He has, and I met him, and he had some of the books off me. And it was a privilege to meet him, Eric. It's just things that come to me. But when you mentioned to Steve about the 50th, anniversary at Warminster, and he was great because it was a good do. And Malcolm Robinson was there, and I think Steve Mira did buy a drink.
I've met Steve about 4 or 5 times, I think. So, he's from the same part of Manchester. Well, he lives in the same part of Manchester where I'm from. So
yeah. Okay.
So, he's good.
And we'll have to get you back on again soon as well, John.
Anytime.
Yes.
And we'll
so,
I think what I was going to say, I think what if we look at the proximity cases? This is the close encounters. Maybe if we do proximity next,
Yes, that sounds good. Yeah.
And I will contact you both of you in due course. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll speak to Andy anyway about the typesetting.
Yeah. Just give me a shout and I'll let you know what
I
I
will
can do.
send the stuff to you first for you to look through anyway, both of you.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, that's fine.
Anything we can do to help, John, we're always happy to.
Yes. But if you would like to come on a Friday instead of a Monday, not on a school night, you are more than welcome to join us on a Friday.
I'll discuss it with my PR.
Discuss it with the boss.
She is the boss.
She is the boss. And it's lovely to see you too, Shirley.
Yes. Shirley, talk to the devil. Come here.
Come on, stick your face on.
Come on, Shirley. Just come on, Shirley. Come on. No. Okay. She's frightened. Friday.
The power behind the screen, Shirley. The power behind the screen.
Yeah.
Go behind the screen then, Shirley. No. Behind the screen. I'll give up with her.
What were you saying?
That is all we have time for tonight. I mean, what are you doing Wednesday, Andy, with Nicole?
So Wednesday, we are not doing Encyclopedia of the Unknown for a while now. We are doing a new one called, I've not got a clue. It's called Reality Check. Right. So we're doing Reality Check on a Wednesday where it's not paranormal, but we're talking about all things weird and just strange real life goings on. But we are gonna end it on a paranormal thing.
Note.
That's all. I don't want to give too much away. So we're just gonna do that.
And then Friday we've got Ronnie LeBlanc with Intimidation.
Yes, we've got Ronnie LeBlanc coming on talking about his book. If you haven't got it, do go out and get it.
There it is with me at the minute. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Life on Mars.
Got his book.
Life on Mars. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to leave that there because I'll end up moving it and I'll forget. So then Sunday, I'm not sure if me and David are on doing the cryptid hour. I've not spoke. No, I think David's away again, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, Easter.
Unless we do it, I'll find out. I don't know.
Easter.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, not doing one Easter. No, not worth it.
No.
Yeah. Not
we're hunting Easter eggs, not cryptids and UFOs on Easter.
Yeah. So then,
all right.
Wednesday is a 10 membership giveaway for the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So try and do it on the 1st of the month. So that's Wednesday. On the 10th of April, so a week on Friday, I've got my mate Damien Licensee coming on. He's an actor. He does MMA, but he's making a movie on werewolves. So he's going to be coming on and talking about that, which is very, very interesting. He's a northern bloke. He's from Blackpool. So you might need a translator, some of you. You never know.
We have captions. We're fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. And then, like you said, Fridays are going to change to the UFO files. We're not doing a paranormal pizza this month, next month, because Ronnie's coming on. So we're going to do it the following month, and we're calling it this. I'll just play this quickly.
That is some cheesy UAP goodness and not a pineapple.
It is. So it's going to be called the UA Pizza. It's the only thing I could think of that went. So that is all we got.
I like it.
So on that note, thank you everyone for joining in the chat. Thank you to everyone with the new that have just subscribed to the channel. Please do join us on every episode. It's every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the same time, 8:30 UK time. Now that our clocks have gone forward, 3:30 Eastern time, 2:30 Central time, 1:30 Mountain time, and 12:30 noon Pacific time.
And
that's I only know.
I think you're going to tell me to pizza off, then, are you?
No,
we never say that to you.
We never would. But you're more than welcome to come on UAP Pizza, John, and eat pizza and talk.
Anything you like, pizza.
And the thing is, the best thing is, a pizza is round like a flying saucer, and when you snap it off, you get the little triangles.
Yeah.
There you go. It's pizza is UFO based without even knowing about it.
And you just don't need the pepperoni.
No. Oh, I did do this as well. Let me know if you like it.
Go on.
What is it?
It is a new theme tune by the sound of it.
UFO Files and Alienate UK.
We like it.
Okay, all right. Okay, yeah.
So Andy's releasing a UFO album by the sound of it.
No, I'm not. I just did that today. I was bored in work.
There we go.
Got to work. That's it.
Abby, can you see a strange woman behind me?
I can, and she looks beautiful. Hello, Shirley.
Right. On that note, we are going to go. So thank you, absolutely everybody for joining us. Please do join us on Wednesday, where myself and Nicole are going to be doing a brand new podcast. Hopefully it'll go well. We've got the format and everything for it, and then Ronnie LeBlanc on Friday. That is it. Okay. Please do stay, listen to the outro. It's as good, if not better, than the intro. So,
thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, moderators, and thank you, everyone in the chat. See you Wednesday. It's all right.
I'd visit my alien friends. If I had a spaceship, I'd visit my alien friends. If I had a spaceship, I'd visit my alien friends. And I could show them Earth, and they'd take me to their planet, yeah. And I could show them Earth, and they'd take me to their planet.